I've got a twofer
Twofer.
for you. The first one is a question I've pondered a lot. I rearrange it sometimes, but the number one has always stayed the number one.
Christian Ponder?
No. And that is your top 5 cut of French fry. In order from 1 to 5, which cut of French fry you prefer?
Is this exclusively 2 French fries, or is this just cut of potato?
No, French fry
Just French
specifically.
fry? Okay. I don't care what your rules are. I'm gonna.
No, no, you can't do potato. It has to be French fry.
No, man.
No.
Okay. It's not like not a French fry, but it's also kind of like.
If you say tater tot, it doesn't count.
This is like, what does that mean? Like,
there's so many different kinds of cuts of fries.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So what's your top 5?
No.
I've got 4. I'm just trying to think of a 5th one.
Would you like me to go through my 5?
Do it.
Okay. Sitting at number 5 is the cottage cut fry.
Which one's that?
That is the fry that...
Chunky bit.
Yes. That Jay Gilligan's does their Irish nachos out of.
Oh, okay. Is that kind of like what was on my mom's plate this morning? Did you see that?
Oh, I didn't.
See,
no, hers were like long wedges.
That's not that.
No.
Hey, I'm trying to visualize this.
And that's just
They're
like the
circles.
most non-French fry of the French fries.
Yeah, it's like
there. That's just
Is
like
it like a house potatoes kind of fry?
that's just like a potato slice. That's all it is, bro.
It's circular. It's about the size of a $50 and, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch thick or so. Yeah. So that's number 5. Number 4 is the waffle fry.
I feel you.
Yeah.
It has to be on there.
Yeah. Ooh, love a waffle fry. Love it.
I heard Chick-fil-A changed the way they do it, and people is not happy.
The way, like what they fry it in, or?
They're just soggy all the time.
Oh, no.
It's like a combination, I think, of the potato and the way it's fried.
All the time, soggy all the time. Number 3 is the natural cut. Just your standard cut of French fry.
So this would be like Wendy's style?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what that's called.
Yeah. Regular.
I was like, what's a McDonald's style fry?
See, theirs is shoestring.
That's, wait.
It's a skinnier fry.
Okay.
Really, the difference between the shoestring and the natural cut is just like the thickness.
Okay.
The proportions are similar.
Yeah.
And I know
In like length,
the natural
times
cut
width.
fries,
Dimensions of it.
Yeah, the dimensions are still. They just scale it down or up.
you get some skin on the natural cut fries sometimes too, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Sitting number 2 is the crinkle cut fry.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the crinkle cut. The name is what you get right before you take a bite of that. You know it is a fry engineered for crispiness. It's in the name.
Do you have a particular restaurant's crinkle cut fry you prefer?
No, I don't think so.
Shout out to Brahms.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. They do have good crinkle cut. I've had better, but they do have some good ones.
It's always like mom and pop or like mom and pop imitation that's kind of built up at this point.
Yes, the imaginary
the
burger
box,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yes, the imaginary burger place by your mom's house they do crinkle cut fries, and it's very good.
It's built for like.
Did you say imaginary?
Yeah. For a while, your mom would tell me about it, and it's hard to find because it's not well,
one by the
advertised.
QT, the burger box and grill.
Yes,
that's like a burger. It's like a burger box wannabe.
Yeah, it used to be, and now
for a while she kept talking about it. We were like, we don't know what even you're talking about. This is imaginary burger place, so that's what it's called, imaginary burger. Shout out to imaginary burger. So the number 1 fry bringing home the gold medal is the steak fry.
Oh,
it's
Red
just
Robin.
Yum. Just delectable. I love the steak fry. Jordan's not a huge fan of it because she says it's too much potato.
It's a lot of potato.
It is. And I get that.
Really?
And that's fine.
That's interesting that she said that.
It's so difficult to get them to cook properly when you do it that way.
I will 100% give you that, Tony, because a lot of people fuck up the steak fry.
It's like that.
But when it is done right, oh man, it is just when worlds collide, you know?
It's not supposed to have like a toughness to it. So if you bite it and it's still tough and you're just like, oh.
Maybe I'm weird. And there's no doubt I'm definitely weird. But there's something about a steak fry that like when you pick it up and it's so heavy on the other end that it just like breaks off. Yeah. It's like, it's like weird to look at for me. I don't like it. It makes it look like fruit or something. Ew.
Chris, were you able to discern
I did.
between all 5 of yours?
Yes.
Okay.
So, in 5th place is the shoestring fry.
Okay.
I do like me some McDonald's fries. They got to be real hot and freshly salted.
Mm-hmm.
But they've been sitting in the bag for a while. Count me out. It's nasty after that.
For sure, my number 1 fast food fry. I mean, they do it so good.
Would In-N-Out be considered shoestring as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a shoestring.
Now,
There's a more floppier.
I want to just publicly shame Long John Silver's. If you want to talk about fries that, like, as soon as they go cold are no longer good, those Long John Silver's fries go cold, they're trash, and there's no saving them. You can't reheat them.
They turn into banana peels.
Yeah, I mean, really. I'd rather eat a banana peel. 4th place, coincidentally, is also the waffle fry.
Good.
And I also agree, Chick-fil-A feels like they have lost a step. In 3rd place, the potato wedge, similar to the steak fry.
Okay.
It's a lot of potato.
Shorter. It's the gherkin of the
Those potato wedges that KFC used to have back in the day were so good. And they just don't do them anymore, but
That's what Wendy's, I think, uses for their potatoes and breakfast. Like when you order hash browns or potatoes with your breakfast,
It's
potato
like,
wedges.
like a home style.
Yes.
Yeah.
like potato wedges like you can get at Jack in the Box, they brought them back.
Yes.
Those, I just love potato wedges. And that's why I'm surprised that you said Jordan said it was too much potato, because like she loves potato wedges, and that's a lot
And
of potato.
she
too.
loves the ones from Jack in the
Yes.
Box. Yes.
I like when I saw they came back, I had to like text her. I was like, "Did you see this?" In 2nd place, which I'm surprised.
Oh, no, we fat again.
In 2nd place, which I'm surprised you didn't mention. I don't know, maybe you don't like these curly fries.
Not on my top 5.
What?
I know.
like not even close. Like you don't like them, or just,
It's not. I don't know. It's not that I don't like them. I love French fries. I love any kind of French fry. But as far as my top 5, they're not cracked and have never cracked it.
I mean, you can. That's another fry that kind of like the steak fry, where if you don't cook them right or if they're not done correctly, they can taste bad.
Well, I want to say probably part of it is
Not an Arby's guy.
I'm fine on Arby's. It's it's fine. I'm not seeking it out. But if someone's like, hey, let's go to Arby's, I'm like, heck yeah. I feel like when I get curly fries a lot, 80% of them are just like half circles. And you get like 2 or 3
Of the
actual
big boys.
good curlies. And I'm like, if you would give me all of the curlies in there instead of just
The crumbs.
fry leavings, I might like them more. That's where I'm at on the curly.
Okay, you should go get the curly fries that I used to make when I was a teenager at Six Flags. I used to work at this little shop.
Those were like
This
really
little
tightly
greasy
spun
little stand
curls,
called
right?
Newman's.
Okay.
And they just had a couple of big old fryers, and they just did corn dogs and curly fries almost exclusively over there.
Love corn dogs.
And you would curl your own curly fries, slide that potato on there, and you do your own spirals.
Dang.
And each individual spiral got put on a skewer and done. Then the whole
Okay.
spiral, and you got the whole spiral with your order. And that's the curly fry that you need to experience on a more regular basis.
Okay.
That sounds like exactly what you were looking for.
Yeah,
Where it's
no
just
kidding.
it's just the whole curl.
Are you at number 1?
I'm at number 1.
Oh, drum roll, please. Insert drum roll later, Robbie.
The batter dip French fry.
Oh, okay.
So like Golden Chick.
Yes, and particularly back in the day when we used to put the Lowry
Yes.
Lowry's seasoning salt on it as opposed to just regular salt, really would set it off. But
There's-
those, they're great with ketchup. You can really dip them in any sauce. Like it's like a take your pick.
Honey mustard's my favorite.
Honey mustard,
Yeah.
ranch, other sauces, all great.
Other inferior sauces.
But yes, no, the batter fry
That's a good one.
is my number 1 all time. I would eat that fry over all other French fries.
Dude,
And they also keep very well. Like you can eat a batter French fry like an hour after it was cooked.
They are a
And-
hearty fry.
and they like stick all together.
Yeah.
I like that when you get like a little fry nucleus because the batter's been undulating underneath the hotness of all of the oil, and now it's rock solid frozen
Undulating.
amber.
I don't know what brand it is, but there is just a frozen
Or item.
bag of battered French fries that are really, really good that I really enjoy.
Checkers. Yeah. Checkers
that
makes
what
a
it
bomb
is?
the Checkers
one. Those are
Rally
good.
Fun
They-
Record. It's that. company umbrella.
Yeah, they crisp up real nice and then the oven.
Yes, I buy those frequently.
All right, Tony.
Yeah, man, we need your top 5 fry, bud.
So the shoestring was on there for sure.
Okay.
The battered French fry that you just brought up was on there, definitely.
Okay.
I like a good curled sweet potato.
Curly
sweet potato
that's
fries.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or sweet potato wedges as well are also a really good way to go. So I kind of included that as like 3 is like sweet potato option.
Okay, great.
I feel like
I like that.
That's solid. Yeah, they established themselves.
Sure.
So for 2
Pickle fries.
2
Do the chicken fries at BK count?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think those count as anything.
Are those edible?
Right?
They're right down there with hot dog.
You don't want to know what we put in these.
My little brother would love those chicken fingers, and they were like, "Why?" He's like, "Cause it's chicken and it's fingers." Like, I was like, they knew who they were marketing to. I'm sure.
Okay, so you had shoestring, sweet potato, and batter.
Yes, and I'm stuck on 2 because I know what 1 is.
All right.
Are
you waffling between
Yeah,
an option? Or
it's just kind of like eluding me.
Waffle? What are your waffles? Are you waffling on waffles?
Maybe we can go with No,
we can't. We can't.
no, we can't do that.
Your number 1 better not
Because
suck.
what I want to do is I want to do hash browns right here.
Oh.
And this was my whole argument because
Okay.
I want to put hash browns here
See,
so bad.
You can't, and I will, and it will become clear later.
Okay.
But you cannot put hash browns here because it is not a French fry, bud. I'm
Ugh,
sorry.
I hate it.
Great use of potatoes, though.
I feel
Absolutely.
I feel like a cottage fry is less of a French fry than a hash brown, but that's just me. I don't know. Forget 2. All right, number 1. What I want to talk about. Okay, so when I was growing up, I used to go visit family in the South in Mississippi. And along the way, at these large gas stations that you would stop at, every one of them had these giant potato logs, which are like what these potato wedges that you're speaking of, but a similar concept.
Okay.
And it's just like
Like a churro?
a foot of potato wedge.
Oh my God.
Potato log. That's what it's
Okay.
called.
Potato log.
Potato log.
Potato log.
Potato in the front,
And it is
potato in the back.
The whole thing is crispy all the way through when it's
Really?
fresh. Yes.
Is that that's your number 1?
That's my
The
number
potato
1.
log.
It reminds me of like sometimes they would do it at like
about to
school
Google
lunch.
this.
Yeah,
School
yeah.
lunch would sometimes have a decent little potato wedge.
Okay.
And that's what it reminded me of, but it was like a foot long potato log. This was only the one took 20 minutes.
We were.
There's plenty
Yeah,
of
don't worry. There's plenty of stuff we can cut. So the second part is your top 5 uses of potato. So now we get to open the door to the
Okay.
whole realm of possibilities that the potato brings us,
my God,
including
this is gonna be
running
so
an alarm
difficult.
clock, which you can do with the potato. That is a use for a potato, guys. I will give you mine.
This is a hard question.
Yes, it is hard because there are there are so many things that you can do with potatoes, not just eating them, obviously. Number 5 is vodka. I love a good vodka drink, so that's absolutely on there. Potatoes a wonderful use. Vodka's who you got there?
Lindsay's calling me. Hey, baby, we're recording. Can I call you back?
Oh, I didn't think that started till later. Bye.
Okay, bye. Love you.
So, yeah.
More about vodka.
Yeah, vodka. Great use for the potato. Number 4 is scalloped potatoes. Y'all ever had a good scalloped potato dish? My mom makes them from time to time, usually around the holiday time. I'll have to ask her for some this year because, they are good. Number 3 on my list, hash browns. Absolutely.
Hello.
And I can do them just plain with just like salt and pepper, but I can also, get into Waffle House and get them chunked and covered and smothered. I can do all of that with
hold
it
on.
too. I
Chunked?
can really enjoy both sides of the spectrum for hash browns.
Chunked, covered, smothered, diced. I think there was one more.
You be doing country.
Country. That was the last
Country,
one. That was the
yeah,
last
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you be putting gravy on that
Yep.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I used to really, really love their all-American breakfast sandwich that they would do just on like white Wonder Bread toast, and it was so good. Number 2 is the mashed potato. Another thing that I have, family members who just cook some incredible mashed potatoes. In particular, your sister makes
Butter.
the best mashed potatoes I
yellow.
have ever had in my life. They're so good.
They're yellow.
I'm not lying.
It was all yellow.
It's freaking loamy.
And then the number one, the reason why I brought this up, my number one use for potato is the French fry. If I could only have potatoes one way for the rest of my life, I would have no hesitation in choosing the French fry.
Okay. I got mine. So number 5, I have the potato chip.
Okay, yeah.
Very versatile option. It can go a lot of ways.
That's true.
But the potato chip, I mean, even the Lay's classic. It just holds it to this day. It may not be the first chip you grab off the rack, but if that's served to you, you'll be quickly reminded how good an original Lay's chip is.
I agree.
Ruffles, they have ridges. I mean,
I love the ridges.
what is it? The cheddar and sour cream that are just iconic.
Yeah.
For Ruffles.
Yeah.
So good.
The Ruffles in a good ranch dip.
Oh man, like
Another thing your
chives.
sister makes
that is true.
that's very good.
So number 4 and number 3 are very similar to each other. One is just the liquid version of the other one.
Liquid chips?
Number 4 have
Vodka? Sorry, go ahead.
number 4 I have potato soup.
Oh, yeah.
Loaded potato soup,
that
baked
was-
potato soup, or whatever. Where you get the chives and the bacon bits and the cheddar cheese and the potato chunks.
If I wasn't screwing around with vodka, that would be my number 5.
And then number 3 is the solid potato soup, which is just a loaded baked potato, like with everything on it, and then you just smush it all together. And It's so good. I swear I finished this list before you got to your number 1 and number 2. They're just flip flop. Number 2, I have the French fry, which is amazing, and then number 1 is mashed potatoes. Man. I love mashed. I think it was my first potato love that I can at least remember. I'm sure I liked French fries as a little kid, but mashed potatoes are so good.
So you're saying like your French fry and my French fry and your mashed potatoes and my mashed potatoes are kind of like our Jacob deGrom and Uvalde situation. They're one, they're two, they're one. Who cares? They're there.
And we love them.
All right, Tone, you got yours?
Yeah. My list is probably just a amalgamation of both of yours.
Okay.
How dare you?
So 5, I've also got chips. Potato
okay.
chips.
Potato chips.
It's so versatile. So many different options.
Yep.
So many
I
different
agree.
flavors.
What would you go with? Speaking of the potato chips,
Like if I had to do a specific potato chip.
it has to be made of potato, but it can be any potato chip. So I mean,
Okay.
like you can't do like Funyuns
Or Doritos, because Doritos are corn.
Yeah.
But any one flavor, is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
any brand,
yeah,
any one
sure.
flavor.
I really like a Lay's barbecue.
Oh yeah, KZC masterpiece.
It's a
You
little
know-
greasy, but man, I like it.
I have not had a Lay's barbecue in a hot minute. I really haven't.
They have that one, the sweet Southern heat. Have you had that one?
Of course I have.
Oh, that's so. Of course I have.
Look at me. Don't ask me that again.
For real though, what's everybody's take on my sister's favorite, the salt and vinegar chips?
I hate them. I hate them, and they're the worst.
I hate them for about 5 chips, and then I fucking love them.
Yes, that's a good way to put it. Like it's like when you drink Diet Coke. The first sip of Diet Coke always sucks, and then after the second sip, you're like, "This is the best drink I've ever had in my life."
Like
I don't know what you're talking
tequila.
about, but
It's just like
salt and
tequila.
vinegar chips are garbage. I hate them. They're so gross. I don't know how she
Those
eats
Miss
them.
Vicky. See,
Oh yes, I would
sea
say the
salt and
kettle
vinegar?
chip ones are amazing.
No, they still
those
they
are kind of just good. Out
they
the
taste
bag,
the
I suppose.
same. You're just chewing harder.
Put more effort into something that's still terrible.
It's good, man. 4. I'm just gonna go with the French fry for number 4 and just
Great.
get that out of the way.
Another versatile
There's
option.
been so many things said
Is
about
that
the French fry so
the
far.
first one that's been on everybody's list? I'm guessing.
Yeah, French fry,
Ooh.
first one.
Number 3, mashed.
That's a sweep.
Number
Oh,
3,
two sweeps.
mashed.
2, yep.
Wait.
Garlic mash specifically. A
Okay.
good garlic mash.
I'm insulted it's so low on your list, but okay.
2 hash browns. Hash
Okay.
freaking browns.
Was hash browns on yours, Chris? No, okay.
Hash browns did not
And,
make my list. They're
You
good
know,
though.
They're good all the time.
And all the time they
All-
are
and
good.
all the time they are good. But if I'm being real with y'all, I think I like them the best when they are almost burnt.
Crispy.
God,
I
love
want
'em
crispy
Yeah, I don't like 'em
all
light.
the way through.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of because sometimes it can just get a little greasy on you,
Or soggy.
and I'm not into that. I want crisp all the way through, and if I got to get it
Almost
just
wanna pick 'em
about
up and
burnt
break
to
'em in
do it, I
half.
will.
Potato brittle.
Yes, yes. Hash browns, you got to have your ketchup with it, and this is where I differ with Chris.
I mean, I could do ketchup on the hash browns. I just would prefer all of the other.
when I do hash browns, I put ketchup all over it, and I mix my eggs in with the ketchup.
Are these eggs scrambled? Or
These are always scrambled. I don't really do much anything. I don't like a runny yolk. Number one, use of the potato, the twice baked potato.
Ooh.
Nice. That's a good
Take
one.
the baked potato. It's a great option.
And
Do
bake
it
it again.
a freaking again.
Refried beans, twice baked potatoes. People who are cooking things twice are doing it right.
That's absolutely.
That's a good one. That's a good pick.
Twice baked potatoes is where it's like a baked potato and a potato wedge at the same time. Potato.
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Stick them in a stew. Anytime I meet anyone who doesn't like potatoes or doesn't get their French fries with their meal or whatever, I always think of Gollum in that moment. He's like, "What is potatoes?" You know?
Welcome, everybody, everyone, to the Ranger Zone. We are three clinically obsessed Texas Rangers fans, semi-qualified to dish out our takes like hot cakes from the fans to the front office. I am Robbie Belusic.
I am hungry for pancakes after that discussion, and I am Chris Green.
We didn't even say anything about pancakes, but that no, I'm a
He's-
waffles dude.
Hotcakes, man.
I am Tony Cook, and I am a waffles dude.
We have a wonderful episode for you today. Like always, like the last one, probably like the next one. It will get fun. But first, how about a little bit of news?
Oop.
No more. No more of that.
Poop, your poop mouth. Your poop good. There.
It's poop again.
It's poop again.
Called the shit poop.
There will be no more.
Don't tell me my business, devil woman. Call the fire department. This one's out of control.
You're all gonna die.
Okay.
You gotta finish it.
Jesus. Oh, there will be no more poop score bug on television when the Pirates and the Phillies are playing. So
We used
I will,
to be a proper
yes.
country.
I will explain how this goes, and
This is
I
where
will
we draw the line.
and I will also drop it in the show notes as well. So before this upcoming season, last season, and in previous seasons, when the Pirates and the Phillies played each other, I believe on, I don't know, whatever network, it doesn't matter. So how they would do the score, so think about how you're watching television and you see the score and the team's logos and the
Score
numbers
bug.
next to them. So it would be one team logo in the far left. Right next to them would be their score.
Maybe use like their hat insignias.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
Then it would be some kind of line in the middle to divide, whose side was which. And then on the other side, there would be the team score and then the team's logo. So when you have it together, both teams' logos are on the outside and their scores are on the inside directly next to them. So when the Phillies and the Pirates play each other, their logos are both P, and when it was a scoreless game, it said poop on the television.
And we would come together. We would put our differences aside, and we would all LOL.
Yes. Poop. But that is not going to be happening anymore. The way the score bug will look now is team name, score, team name, score.
And it looks lame.
It does. It doesn't look, they haven't upgraded the graphic any more than they did. They literally just moved some stuff around. If anything, it looks worse or just more basic. I think they were trying to go with minimalist but missed the mark, and there's a fine line between having it look good because it's minimal and having it look like crap because you didn't put enough effort in and you're trying to pass it off as minimalism. You know what I mean? Moving on to the next news topic here. Mike Bassick is officially leaving the Fan. That was on February 28th. He
Pouring out
announced
for a boy.
Yeah, I think he announced like the week of that it was going to be his last week. I did not know that the broadcast his broadcast role for the Rangers this year was that serious, that he was going to have to take time off. Or, not time off, but
He's
leave
quitting.
his
He's
job.
gone.
Totally, yeah. And because he's going to call, I think they said at least 100 games.
He'll be the primary color, primary color.
The primary color analyst with
Dave Raymond.
Yes, with Dave Raymond. And then they're going to circle, or they're going to loop in as well.
David Murphy.
Yes, and Elvis Andrus is going to call some here and there.
So there's been a few DFW athletes like that we've grown up with where their like mastery of the English language compared to where they came over as adults when they came up, like Dirk Nowitzki, Elvis Andrus. When these guys came up, they were speaking broken English and trying, and where they are at now, like, just it's amazing. Like, I wish I could have some mastery of a second language to that level.
Think about how comfortable Yu Darvish is now with English.
I wish he'd speak it more because he's hilarious.
Yeah, right? He just
He
seems so
is.
comfortable in clubhouses now.
He's so funny. Next up, Jim Knox. Do y'all remember Jim Knox? He's back. He's back, baby, and in a big way.
Boo.
I did not have a good experience with Jim Knox.
Jim Knox is going to be joining Rangers Nation, the social account that's all over social media, is exclusively with Rangers Nation. It says here on their Instagram post, so I imagine he's going to be doing something with them. As far as I don't know,
How old is he at this point?
He was like
Holy
one of those
cow.
guys where it was like, you're unnecessarily yoked. Like, why are you?
he was always and the t-shirts he wore definitely were size too small.
You look like you want to like challenge me to an arm wrestling match all the
He
time.
had that kind of Mr. Cooper grip strength kind of thing
Yes.
going on.
Oh
It looked
my
like
gosh.
he could grab the bar and
Turn himself sideways.
turn himself parallel to the ground. Yeah.
So I don't know what that will entail, if he's going to be out in the stands pestering people. I'm not sure.
Pestering is a great way to put it.
I'm not sure in what way, how affiliated Rangers Nation is with the actual team, and if he will have the leeway to do some of that stuff. But I guess we'll find out.
That game
Robbie's-
when I was a kid.
Just to say, Robbie stepped into a landmine with the Jim Knox thing because he bagging on this guy for years.
That game when I was a kid, and when they debuted it as Ameriquest Field at the ballpark or whatever, after we were on the field to start the game, Jim Knox came and did an interview with our team and our team captains and our coach, and he was not the most pleasant individual during that
no.
encounter.
Things changed when the camera turned on, right?
Well, of course,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, he was not fun to be around before they said action. He was not a good guy.
Yeah, I feel like that's typically the way it goes.
I just remember there was one post-game show where he was out there in the center field plaza back where Nolan Ryan's statue used to be at the old ballpark. And there was a guy in the gorilla suit, which that guy was there a lot at the time. But he took the dude's gorilla suit mask off and threw it the opposite direction. I was just like, damn,
Yes,
Jim.
I remember that.
What is wrong with you, bro?
Little spring training news before we get into some more spring training stuff a little bit later. Wyatt Langford was out for just a little while with a mild mid-lat strain.
But
yes,
Langford
Say
is
that
back,
3 times
baby.
fast.
he was only down for 2 days, I think, before he went almost immediately back to baseball activities. And he was supposed to start on Friday the 8th, but that game was delayed, so he ended up... Oh, sorry. No. Friday was the 7th?
Yes.
Yes, Friday the 7th. But the game was delayed, or canceled, rather, because of the weather, so they ended up playing on Saturday. In his first spring training game, he went 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Love that. Also making his spring training debut on Saturday the 8th was Jacob deGrom.
The GOAT.
Yes, he pitched 2 scoreless innings and struck out 3, so exactly what we expected of him, which is great because we're almost exactly halfway through spring training is when we're recording this on the 9th of March. Happy birthday, Arletta Green.
Ow, ow.
Most recently, some injury news. Bombi was scratched on March the 4th in the lineup. He had a sore oblique, which I believe the oblique is what he had surgery on or just injured in the World Series, correct?
Yes.
That's
that's a power sucker for your power bat
yeah.
when your obliques hurt.
That's a common injury when you're making adjustments to your swing in the off season.
And he did. He made a huge adjustment to his swing. So
Using muscles in different ways now, you know?
Bochy called it pretty mild, not quite a grade 1. He said it was really between like a 0 and a 1. And those are injuries are graded on a scale of 1 to 3. He said in Wyatt Langford's case, his was a 1. So Bombi's is less than that. That is good. I'm not totally sure when he's going to resume baseball activities or get back into a lineup. I think it's going to be probably at least a week.
Play it safe.
Yeah, they're going to play it safe with him. I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the guys who have been hitting home runs for us in spring training, because that's always fun to do. That's what we're looking for, guys, and batting it out of the park.
Dingers.
Yes. Jock Peterson got his first one on the 24th of February. It was a 1-1 count. Fastball 93 right down the middle.
You better.
Smash. Jake Berger, his first.
One of his 2 hits all spring training.
Yeah, Jock Peterson's having a rough one. Berger was on February 27th was his first one. It was on an 0-1 count, so he was down in the count. It was on a changeup, 88 low and outside. This thing was almost a ball. When I looked it up, I believe it was pretty close to the line. And he smashed this thing 408 feet, 111 miles an hour. He reached out and popped this sucker.
Bye-bye, baseball.
Yeah. Seager got his first on March the 2nd. It was a
Oppo, baby.
2-2 count on a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. I have here in the notes, couldn't be any more dead center of the plate.
He gave a cookie to the Cookie Monster.
Yeah, he did. Josh Young also got his first in that same game. His was on a full count that he had worked, I think, 6 pitches or 7 pitches. He was working it good. And that was on a 91 mile-an-hour fastball, middle away, 408 feet, popped at 109.1 miles an hour. 2 days later, Josh Smith bagged his first homer. It was a leadoff homer on an 0-0 count. Right coming down the middle in fastball 98.
He's picking right up in spring where he left off last year.
And he ripped it 108.9 miles an hour, 405 feet.
I see you, Pookie.
And then the last one, Higashioka got his first home run and second home run in the same game.
You got 2 servings of pudding in the same game?
Yes. That's absolutely what we're calling his home runs.
How can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat?
His first one was just barely a home run, 346, 97.7 miles an hour. Yep, but it was just a little taste because he gave the rest of it to everybody else later in the game, because the second one went 428 feet.
I said, I'll have some more of that, please.
Yeah, 107.4 off the bat.
You know, the dynamic there where how much playing time he's going to see between him and Jonah Heim, I really feel like it's less to do with how Jonah Heim plays and more to do with how often his power is going to be on display for Higashioka.
Mm-hmm. Next here, did you have something more, Tony?
Oh, it's just, and if he's going to hit home runs on as frequently as he's looking like he's doing in spring, and as infrequent as his plate appearances are.
Oh,
okay.
As infrequent as his plate appearances are, then that's a guy that's going to force his way into the lineup more often than
really
we may have been thinking.
Yeah, really capitalizing on the opportunities he's getting. And remember when we profiled him, we had talked about how efficient he was. Like when he got his hit, it was in efficient situations. So yeah. Moving on to the last topic. I think it's the last topic for our news here, reported by Mr. Evan Grant, the Great. Wednesday, March 5th, Uvalde was chosen as the opening day starter over Jacob deGrom. We were, again, dead wrong on another prediction this season, or preseason, guys. To ensure he is ready to go the distance in 2025, deGrom is going to slide into the 5th spot in this rotation. which I imagine works into where there's an off day somewhere that
Early in the
he will
season.
end up being the de facto number 1, where you will get DeGrom, Eovaldi, and then 3, 4, 5. Bochy had joked when Evan Grant was talking to him, we haven't talked, that was going to be very confusing to discern who was giving the quote here. Bochy was joking with Evan Grant. He said, "We haven't talked to him yet, but I'm sure you can figure it out regarding who would the opening day starter be." Grant's follow-up was, "Has he started an opener for you before?" And Boch replied, "Yeah, I believe he has."
It really narrowed it down there.
Yeah, no kidding. This will be the first.
Tim Lincecum?
This will be the first consecutive opening day starter for Texas since 2009, when Kevin Millwood did it from 06 to 09, as we mentioned in our second episode, something like that. This will be Evo's 5th opening day start. He has started every opening day since 2020, which I didn't realize that. 3 of them were for Boston, and the last 2 will be for us. In his opening day starts, he has a 2.28 ERA with 22 and a third innings pitched, 18 strikeouts, and only 4 walks.
He didn't start in 2023. That was Jacob DeGrom.
Oh.
That was also Evo's first year with us. So he would have done 20, 21, 22, 24, and 25.
Aha. Yeah, okay, yeah, there you go. Math and numbers. Thanks, bud.
Yeah.
But yeah, incredible opening day numbers, and I expect the same from our World Series Game 5 winning pitcher.
Houdini.
And that's all for the news. Bow! This episode, we decided to focus on what's kind of going on in spring training. We are, like I mentioned earlier, at the date of recording this, almost pretty much exactly halfway through spring training, so it's
all downhill from here, baby.
Yeah. We really just want to kind of dive into the performances that we've had so far on the pitching side and the batting side. But before we do that,
we are going to take it over to Christopher's classroom, where you will learn the things about baseball.
Sometimes you see a performance in spring training and you want to freak out. And sometimes you see a performance in spring training and you want to jump for joy. And a lot of the time, it don't matter.
Truer words never been spoken.
So it's really easy to get caught up in spring training, especially when you haven't had baseball for a few months and you see the scores and box scores start rolling in and you're like, oh man, this dude went 3 for 4, a home run and 4 RBI. Oh man, he's about to win the MVP. And then you're like, that guy has not played above AA before, but Osuna looks good, is all I'm saying.
God, Osuna does look good.
I mean, sometimes a guy, as we saw last year with Wyatt Langford, has a spring that's so good he plays his way onto the team.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes you have an established veteran who goes out and stinks it up for 3 straight weeks, and you're like, he's lost it, he's out of shape, he's a bum, he's never going to be himself again. So that being said, you have guys who want to push the panic button on and guys who want to pay their performance no heed. So a guy you would want to put a lot of stock into their spring performance would be a guy like Leody Taveras, a guy who is possibly fighting for his starting job on the team.
Yeah.
And is also definitely, most certainly with the amount of plate appearances so far, being showcased for other teams to have a good look at.
Well, yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
And he's having a very interesting spring in particular because it's one of those, it's like
strange.
The peripherals don't look good, but when he has been hitting the ball, he's been tattooing the ball.
Yeah, he really has.
So,
at exit velocities that are a little uncharacteristic of where he has been.
The guys whose performance you want to pay a lot of attention to in particular are who is going to be guy number 23, 24, 25, and 26 on your roster.
Right.
The guys that are battling for their position on the opening day roster, those are the guys where you put a lot of stock into their performance in the spring. You know, who showed up ready to ball? Who do I want to, maybe purchase their contract to the 40-man and, get those first round of options going here.
Mm-hmm. They have the biggest microscope on them in spring training, and they're the ones that are, and not to say
they don't have the luxury of, I'm going to work on something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly where I was going, because they are having to work probably the hardest out of everybody else on the team than like Corey Seager or Marcus Semien. And not to say that they aren't working hard, but they're working on other things.
Yes. They know they're got a spot on the team.
Yes, yeah.
They're paying them way too much money.
Yeah, they're focused on swing timing and,
Yeah.
maybe I can work an extra
Adjustments.
pitch into this, inning or whatever. Whereas, the guys at the bottom, they are scratching and clawing for every single thing that they can get.
And it's interesting, at the same time that these guys are scratching and clawing and knowing that they're really taking each other's jobs in a lot of these scenarios towards the end of camp, it's also interesting to watch these new guys, how they interact with their teammates. There's a lot of stuff that happens off the diamond that's important in spring training that can translate to your clubhouse moving forward in the regular season.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, guys like Peterson and Berger, and how are they going to interact with the pillars in this clubhouse that are already coming back?
From the shorts the Rangers have been sharing on social media, it looks like
They're having a lot of
Peterson's
fun.
fitting right in.
Yeah, I think a bunch of them went to an escape room the other day.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
I didn't
they
see
were
that.
having a blast.
Every now and then you'll have a guy in that's within that first 20 on that roster that usually their spots are guaranteed, and they're usually just working on a couple of things, and you're not worried about their performances too much. Every now and then you'll have a guy like DeGrom where it's like, this may mean a little more than usual with his injury history recently.
It's like a little bit of both. It's like he's very much allowed to work on things right now, but at the same time, it's like, I still want to see you do good because
Right.
I don't know what to expect at this point.
It's kind of like when you've got a former heavyweight champ and he's getting older in age, and you just, even when he's sparring, I just want to, you still got it just
Right.
for 15, 20 seconds here. You still,
What I want to see, and I could see it happening, because it doesn't happen all the time, but will somebody that we have given a major league contract to in the offseason not make the team out of spring training? Because maybe a young guy did so well that he forced his way onto the team.
It seems like Jesse Chavez would be the obvious choice.
Did
there,
he get a
right?
major league deal?
I think he did, didn't he?
Because then you also got like
could be wrong on
Sean
that.
Armstrong got a major league deal too. He could be another one of those guys if he stinks it up in spring and other guys do well.
Or one of the Jacobs could luck out, or
Which one
could
of the
be
seven?
unfortunate.
Chavez was a minor league deal.
Chavez, okay, that's good. So yeah, I could see him not being around.
Luke Jackson
His was a major league deal.
His was
Right.
the last major league deal that we did, and it was like as camp was breaking, I
So-
felt like pitchers and catchers were already there. I think.
Help me keep track of this. Our bullpen featured major league contracts to. Let's start it off. We just started it off with
Hobie Milner.
Milner,
Jacob Webb.
Armstrong, Latz.
Chris Martin. One of the interesting ones is did we give the big league deal to Luis Curvelo? Is that a big league deal? I think it was, but he's never made a major league team before. He's gonna make his major league debut. It's gonna be. I don't know if it was like a minor. But even if he was a minor league free agent,
We're
why are you
missing a
giving him
lefty,
big league
aren't
deal?
we?
Pennington? Is he a
Walter
lefty?
Pennington.
Yeah.
Hobie Milner's a lefty. Pennington's a lefty, and that is it on the depth chart, listed on the website at least.
That leaving like 2, maybe 3 spots there.
Yeah, it's slim pickings for our spring training. So let's actually get into how these guys are doing. How our boys are playing in the spring down in Arizona. We would be remiss if we did not mention how good Alejandro Osuna is doing. He's just
Amazing.
absolutely killing it, and I'm excited to have him and watch him progress through the minors. I think that's going to be fun because he is just doing the work out here.
He's one dotting without a home run right now. That's impressive. Batting average of 409.
Yeah,
I
and
mean-
that's
God.
he's got 26 plate appearances, which is top 5 most plate appearances on the team. Is Leo Taveras at 30. And so he's right there at 26 guys. The kid's getting his playing time.
And a lot of that is because Langford's out, of course.
Yeah. And he did come back. Got some wheels too. It looks like he's stolen 2 bases.
3 walks to 4 strikeouts. Solid.
Yeah, good stuff. Not going to see him at all this year, of course, but
Don't want him.
someone that
Or if we do, something's going wrong.
yeah.
Or incredibly right.
Right? Oh, yeah. But someone that we will for sure keep an eye on moving forward in this team, that he could surely be a star for us later on down the line. We'll see how his minor league career.
We're going to keep an eye on this kid.
Yes.
You think he starts out in AAA?
No.
Has he
don't
been to
think so?
AAA before?
No.
I don't know.
He spent
I mean,
all-
if he
I think
continues
he
to
went
ball
from,
like this.
from high A to AA last year.
Oh, he did. So he went from high to double A last year. He might start in double A for a minute, for a hot minute, and then they might
promote
kick
him like
up.
halfway through May.
Yeah. I'm not sure if there's people in the way, if they've got to move parts around to make room for him in Round Rock.
I don't know what our depth is like at center field in the minors, but it feels like it's got to be thin.
Well, Leody Taveras could be there momentarily.
Does he have any options left?
I have no idea. Probably not.
I don't think he does, actually. Yeah, no, I think you're right. He's out.
Yeah. I'll take you to the next guy who I just saw kind of on our stat list here that's doing really well. That's Kyle Higashioka. We mentioned him a little bit earlier
Doing
in
so
the news. He's just a power-laden spring. His slash line is, let me get the
He's
correct.
producing exactly what we hoped he would, which is bombs.
Yeah, his slash line is 412, 421, and 882 with a 1.3 OPS. That's really, really insane. And remember, guys,
this is one you take with a grain of salt.
Training, it's grain of salt,
but
it is.
It's better than the alternative, which would be him stinking it up.
Absolutely. What I really like about this is that his power is still translating for that power surge that he had last season, the 17 home runs, the jump from 10 the previous 2 seasons is carrying through this spring, and
he gonna hit 20 home runs.
God, that would be the most he's ever hit
as a backup catcher,
and
that would be some.
Yeah, and
something.
I mean, we've got to figure out a different term because he's not a backup catcher, right? I feel like the co-catcher, assistant to the catcher.
What are the odds by the end of the year he's the primary starter and Jonah's backup? Like if you had to put odds on it or a percentage, I think it's over 50.
I don't. He's 35 years old. Keep him in the role he is.
Yeah.
He's not going to need. Don't switch that up.
Also, to add to his power-laden spring, he's got 8 RBI. I
Crush.
believe one of those, one of the home runs he hit, I think, was a grand salame. Who else did I see? Jock Peterson I saw on this list. Is it too early to hit the panic button for Jock Peterson?
He's one of those people. It don't matter.
It probably
He'll turn
is
it on
too,
when the season starts.
He got his money. He don't care. That's one of those. Yeah. This just locker room guy. Just clubhouse stuff right now. We're not worried about
slash
on the
line right
field.
now. Like I said, I don't want to set off any alarms, but it is 158 for the batting average, 200 for the on base, and 526 for slugging. All very bad numbers, but to your point, like we'll keep ringing this bell throughout the episode. It is spring training. I think I just noted here he's got the second worst slash line on the team, just barely in front of Duran. He's got 7 strikeouts, which is leading the team. No, sorry, Corey has 9, and I don't really care about
he's
that.
Probably trying something.
Yeah.
We're not worried about going.
Let's see. I expect this type of stuff. The reason why I've got some pause about him is that I would expect this type of slash line in this performance, like a 4A player like Duran or Taveras, who is performing poorly as well. And we'll get to that. But Jock Peterson, I thought would be crushing it a little bit more in spring, but it could be his old bones. Just need a little bit of time to get into Jocktober form,
Kevin Pillar.
Yeah, one of the last guys I wanted to bring up here. There's so many dudes to talk about, but Kevin Pillar is making a real case to be on this team in the outfield. He's putting together a spring campaign.
I love this.
Where I think he just might wiggle himself into the outfield rotation, and Leody Taveras or Durant, somebody
he could fill that
be here.
That role that like Jankowski filled last year, like 5th outfielder.
Jankowski plus, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His bad
is probably not.
At worst is as good as Jankowski's.
Yeah.
I think what'll end up happening is he'll be one of the last guys not to get the invite to the opening day roster.
If that's the case, I hope he could
end up
at another major league team.
He'll end up as somebody else's 4th outfielder.
Okay, good. As long as that's what I always hope for those guys in that case. That's like, oh, I'm the 27th guy, but here's 4 major league teams that called me and said, hey, come on over here right now.
Yeah. He's been worked into the lineup as much as possible. Again, Langford has not been playing for the first 2 weeks of spring training, or for the first several weeks, 3-4 weeks, I think we're into it now. So Pillar has been almost an everyday player. He's played center, left, and right. They've just kind of been moving him all over the place. And he's got a decent slash line right now. 294, 333, and 355 in 17 plate appearances. Let me make sure that those are my correct numbers. Sorry. No. That was last. That's 21 plate appearances. I'll update that slash line. That's 333, 381, and 389.
My goodness.
Yeah, which is better than he usually does. And again, because it's spring training, he's probably seeing a lot of B squad
This happens
type of guys.
quite a bit, though.
I don't know if it's like he took this year off and he just feels good. Was he playing last year?
While you look it up, I can tell you I can easily see him outperforming Tavares with the glove for sure. And if his bat is going to keep working the way it is in spring, which is nice, I can see him outperforming Tavares there as well. Tavares is doing poorly. So Tavares is got the most plate appearances on the team right now, and that goes back to your point where we're showcasing him. We're trying to get some eyeballs on him so someone can get tricked like we got tricked.
3 home runs?
Yeah, those are his only hits, I think, too. Are the 3? No, sorry, he's got 2 more.
He's got 6 hits now. It looks like.
Yeah,
so
the other
half his
2
hits are home runs,
and the other 2 are doubles.
1 double.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at Dustin Harris. My bad. 1 double, yeah.
Few hits.
Mm-hmm.
When do hit, ball go far.
He's batting 214 right now.
OPS is 838. So yeah, it's like the batting average is low, but the OPS says I'm smacking the ball.
So that's just some
Come
of the guys.
and get him.
Yeah, some of the guys that I had noticed. I have the outfield.
Did we mention Jake Berger yet?
No,
because Jake Berger is turning it up. Jake Berger right now, as it stands, he's batting 292 with a 370 on base percentage, 583 slugging, and a 954 OPS.
Boom.
Man's got 2 home runs, 1 double, 4 RBI. Great start to a spring. 3 walks to 5 strikeouts. Like, I'm liking everything I'm seeing so far from him. He's doing exactly what we brought him here to do.
Also, I like that ratio, 7-3 at first base to DH. I do want to see him play some DH.
Yeah, Berger at DH for sure. We had talked earlier, a couple weeks ago, I think it was, and we were lamenting about Jock Peterson playing first base, giving it a go when he arrived and he's played. He hasn't done it as much. When he started playing, he was first to DH, which is where we thought he was going to be, and then played back-to-back games at first base. I don't know how they went because they're not televised at the moment.
The dang dots.
But I can tell you the next 2 games he DH'd again, those 2 games, and then went back to first base for a game, and then went back to DH for a game. So I think they're still trying him out. Duran has been at first. Young has been at first. They've been trying out a lot of guys at first base. I think they're looking for...
Young at first. That's interesting.
Or, sorry, did I say Young?
Yes.
Oh, my bad.
Or did you mean Smith?
Smith.
Okay.
The other Josh.
The other Josh. God, all these damn J names. But yeah.
Oh, my God.
I think they're looking for the person who's going to be able to step in when we want Berger to DH. And please, for the love of God, let it not be Jock Peterson. Anybody else. You could put a sack of flour at first base, please.
Well, with the way this guy's spring's going, it seems like it should just always be Josh Smith if it's not Berger at first.
Or Higgy.
Shoot.
I don't know if he's
Can Higgy play first?
I'm not sure if he's got first place experience,
about to
but
cheat.
he's a catcher, so it's a good chance. And to that note, Berger started playing first base.
He has not played third base in the majors.
You mean first base?
Did I say third base?
Yeah.
I was thinking 3, the position 3.
Oh. So
That's
Berger's first 3 games, he was at first, and then DH. Later on, he DH'd again, played more first. He's really just bouncing back and forth between DH and first base. We started off with, mentioning Higashioka, and I, really sidestepped Jonah Heim, who's not having a good spring down there, batting 211, 250 on base, 211 slugging.
5 strikeouts.
Yeah, he's got 20 plate appearances. Most of these guys right now, to give you some reference, they've got anywhere from 16 to 26 plate appearances. That's about where everyone's at.
This is a guy his job is safe, but yeah, pay attention to his spring.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he is. I don't know. I don't really know what to think of that. I don't know. I'm sure he's working on stuff. I'm sure he's still resting. I wonder if there's some mental aspect of, trying to come to grips with. They got a 35-year-old catcher in here paying him $13.5 million, and he's having himself a fucking baseball party in Arizona right now. We can't get rid of him. Jordan will be upset. She thinks he's cute.
Jonah Heim?
Johan.
Even after he cut his hair?
Right. I did show her long hair Josh Smith, and she's like, oh, okay. Well, we brought you the batting. We will for sure be bringing you the pitching right now.
Who's ready to freak out?
Yeah, the first person I want to talk about, and I'm kind of hitting the panic button a little bit on this, or not panic so much, but I'm
He's
the
not
disappointed
making the team.
button.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
good.
man. Yeah, good. And that's Kumar Rocker, who I and everybody else had some real high hopes for after his outings last season, but he has had a rough go through all of his starts in spring training. It's a 36 ERA.
That's not innings pitched. That's earned run average.
Yeah.
Oof.
It's bad. He's pitched
2 innings.
8 earned runs.
Oh.
2 innings, 8 earned runs.
Well, that's
But he
letting,
got a strikeout.
that's letting you sit in it a little bit, too.
and 2 walks on top of that. It's bad. It's just not. He's not having a good one. His first game in that inning, it was 22 pitches. Oh, that's right. I did. In the second game, the batter sequence when the batters that he faced, the first one was a 7-pitch walk, and then later in there he had a 6-pitch single. And then he was relieved in the first, but then in spring training, there's this weird rule you can come back. So he came back for 2 batters in the second, and he walked another one on 7 pitches. So he's just not finding it. The ball's going everywhere. I'm thinking,
You know,
Yeah.
a lot of expectations for the guy. I think they said he's got less than 20 innings between anything above high A.
yeah, it's like 41.
Is that what it is?
He's only
Okay.
pitched 41 innings
Yeah.
above single A, which is a stat I completely forgot about because I was definitely much higher on this man than I
He
probably
looked so
should
good
have
after his
been.
debut last year.
Yeah.
Looked great.
But hey, he's going to go down and he's going to get the work he needs to.
We'll see him before the year's over for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not too worried about seeing him struggle. He's still got some kinks to work out.
The onus for success is much harder on Jack Leiter at the moment.
I love that you bring up Jack Leiter because he's my next guy that I wanted to talk about.
Homie is throwing the heat, baby.
Killing it. He's doing so good in spring. Way better than I thought he was going to do in spring, if I'm being completely honest.
Touched 100?
Him homie throwing heat, man.
That was not in his repertoire before, was it?
No, he was always had a heater, but
Yes.
we're talking like 96, not 100. How big is he? Jack Leiter's like what, 6'1", maybe?
If that.
I was gonna say he's not a big framed guy to be throwing this kind of heat.
While you're looking that up, he is 2.25 his ERA through 8.
He is 6'1".
Oh, wow, right. Through 8 innings, only giving up 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 whole walk, which love that, and 5 strikeouts through those 8 innings.
That is excellent.
His first outing, as you guys saw, he touched 100 miles an hour. He also added a sinker to his pitch mix. The last outing that he was in, the Thursday, March 6th game, it was 3 scoreless innings. His strike rate, like hitting the zone, is 70%. And Bochy noted his confidence and conviction in attacking the strike zone this spring, like way more than he had previously, because that was a problem for him. In all of his starts last season, he would start off batters really good and then just lose them, and because his command, he could not find the strike zone.
It seems like he's one of those guys that's hasn't seen much struggle. Everybody he just mows them down at wherever he's been, wherever he goes. And then he gets to the minors and he starts to struggle a little bit, and you can kind of see the chink in the armor start to form. And a lot of those
Yes.
guys like that never recover that level of confidence and that level of play that they are accustomed to.
The cliche is old, but this is where you separate the men from the boys at this point, is can you make those adjustments?
And it seems like he's at least putting a foot
fighting.
forward in that direction.
He really is. And so wonderful, Tony. You guys are just in lockstep over here, bringing me from one topic to the next. That's the next one I wanted to talk about, was this rotation race. These guys are not making it easy. And these guys, I mean, Bradford and Leiter and Molly, they are all killing it. They really making this rotation race an actual horse race. And it's going to be a hard decision.
So one thing about Molly that I'm hearing, is that although he's putting up decent numbers right now, his fastball velocity is down almost 3 miles an hour.
I did hear that as
That's
well.
significant.
That it was just above 90 miles an hour when and he's usually around 93, 94. They're saying that because it's early spring.
MLB. Oh, he's ramping it up.
Yeah, that it should ramp up.
Okay.
I hope so.
I do as
That's
well.
a little scary.
That is scary because if you're going to throw fastballs that slow, you better have some nasty off-speed stuff.
Be locating your pitches.
Yeah, but these three guys, their stats are so very similar. They also have the best ERAs on the team for anybody who does not have an ERA of 0. And that is respectively or here. So Bradford has a 2.0 ERA. Leiter is 2.25 and Molly is 3.0. Molly, excuse me. It is Molly. I've got the pronunciation reminder multiple times from the DLLS podcast. What kills me too about Jack Leiter and how good he's doing is I still don't think he makes the team. I don't think he ends up in the bullpen spot.
He's the easiest one to send down, or because you can't send Molly. Sorry, send Molly down, and Bradford's your lefty.
Yeah, so it sucks. It really sucks. But I think we will see him very soon. This could be, a nice little breakout for him if this is how he's performing in spring, and he's gotten a lot of opportunities, and he's gotten better every single time, and already started with a high bar.
That would be a huge disappointment if neither one of those guys breaks a camp.
That would be
I know. He is certainly making a case to be on the team, so we will see.
He's making a much stronger case than Kumar. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
he's making a case.
Yeah, Kumar has stamped his ticket back down to the minor leagues for sure, whereas the ink might be drying on Leiter's stamp as we speak. So just hang on to your ink pads. We do have some guys who don't have an ERA. Those are our O.00 ERA fellas. I figured I'd tell you who they are with the people who have actually pitched a decent amount of innings within their role. That is going to be... Let's picture...
Emiliano! Hey, baby. Face 19 batters. Beautiful. And we can add somebody new to this list with 6 batters faced, Mr. Jacob deGrom.
That is
Korea. 1892. Well, he's facing AA guys at the end of these games. Absolutely. Yeah. How old is he? How old is he?
How old is he, Chris?
I'm trying. He's 24.
He ready, man. Come on, put him on a team.
So he's been the highest at AA. His ERA at AA last year was 198.
Hello.
Okay.
He started 19 games with that. Dang. I see Emiliano. Let's see, strikeouts. 110 strikeouts to 50 walks last year. Who is Emiliano Teodo, and why?
So
why will he be your setup guy this year?
This guy I can see immediately going to AAA.
Not
starting at this.
Definitely.
He will for
if
sure
he's not
be
making the team.
Right. Yeah, no kidding. I'll still stand by it. I don't think he's going to make the team. There's too many guys jockeying for too little spots.
So he was a starter all last season?
It looks like it. Let me see if it's...
So does he go back to starting in AAA?
Probably. Because most of these guys, they all want to start, but they can't. So the guys who can't, they end up only pitching an inning here or there. But they've been putting him in at the end of games.
Right, which was why I was thinking maybe he would stay in that role.
Oh, I got you
You know
here.
what I mean?
He absolutely tore it up at the Arizona Fall League in 2023. He had a 0 ERA. He pitched 11 innings. He struck out 19 dudes, walked 3 for a .545 whip.
Wow.
That's
Jeez.
showing up at the Fall League, man. My goodness.
Excited he's in our farm system. Hell yeah.
Wow.
Hell yes.
Hell yes.
Just in case the other part got cut out, I mean, I just want to always point out that there's only been 2 major leaguers that have ever played and have attended the Colorado School of Mines, and they debuted 118 years apart. Walter Pennington.
Who was the first guy?
Who knows?
Whitey Billfold.
He's like somehow the reincarnation of Whitey Billfold. It's like the School of Mines Highlander.
I did want to take you guys back to the offensive side of the ball just for a hot minute before we get into our closing topic. That is the batting order. We've been talking about our batting order and positions and stuff for several episodes now, and I think we're getting an actual look of what the batting order is going to be as we are progressing through spring training. We can see the 1 has consistently been Simeon, and the 2 has consistently been Seager. I think it's safe to say that is going to be 1 and 2 for us moving forward. Now everything gets a little hairy here with number 3 and all the rest of the numbers because we have got Josh Young has been playing it mostly. There's some other guys who've been working in there. Berger just once. Berger's really been more in the middle of the lineup. Carter has been played the 3 when he has been playing. He's been playing up in the top of the lineup, but has played the 3 more times than he's played any other batting order spot. And that's really about it. Jock Peterson played the 3 one of the days. The 4,
Bombies before he got hurt, kind of looks like.
yeah, it was really 4. It looks like Bombies. It's his spot, and then 5, 6 is similar to 3. You're kind of bouncing around. Burgers a little bit. Peterson sometimes. Who else was down there? Really just those guys. Josh Smith is he's really everywhere. I can see him. He's kind of 1 and 2 when guys have a day off.
Or 7, 8
Yeah, or
everybody's
7, 8
playing.
when everyone's playing. So he's, capping the top and the bottom there. And a lot of your other guys, as we go down to that 7, 8, and 9, it's the rest of the outfielders. It's Leotis down there, Pilar's down there, Higashioka and Heim. They're all kind of getting around that 7, 8, 9 area. Tavares is solidly the 8 as it goes, and the catching position will be 9, whoever is catching, even if Higashioka is killing it.
You don't think they'll turn the lineup over with Leotti at 9?
I don't know. Well, maybe.
Higashioka and Heim sounds like a 70s soft rock duo.
Higgy and Heim.
Depending on the pitching situation, because I know he is a switch hitter, so if you can get him hitting,
That's true. He
hitting
is a
righty
switch hitter, yeah.
before Corey, hitting
Semien.
lefty before Simeon, because Simeon's a righty, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. You have the same situation with Heim. He's a switch
Oh,
hitter.
yeah.
I will say Josh Smith has played a ton of positions so far. They're making good on their word. He's been at third base, center field, first base, shortstop, and right field so far this spring. He's getting around, man.
Wow.
Yeah, he's been everywhere. I wasn't sure if we were going to use him more in the outfield or more in the infield, but it really looks like they are splitting his time evenly wherever they can get him.
Give everybody a day off.
Yeah, well, remember they said, their CY said wanted to get him into the lineup for maybe even 5, sometimes 6 days. That's every day.
That's all the days.
That's all the days.
I got a fun random trivia question for y'all.
Ooh, random trivia.
Oh, surprise trivia. So from Surprise, Arizona.
Oh.
That was too good. Impromptu trivia by Chris Green.
Just in case everybody wanted to feel old.
Oh, boy.
So the third oldest player on this team is Marcus Semien, and he was born in 1990.
Oh, my God.
There are 2 players on the Texas Rangers, not counting Jesse Chavez, who doesn't have a major league deal. So 2 players on the Texas Rangers that were born in the 80s. Name those players.
Higashioka and DeGrom.
Higgy's for sure. He was 88, I think, because he's 35, right?
He was born in 1990.
Oh,
Is he older than Simeon? Let me see. He's older than Simeon. Wait, hold on. Yeah, because he was born in April and Simeon was born in September. So Higgy is the 3rd oldest player on this team.
DeGrom and Chris Martin.
I hate you, Tony.
Yeah.
Nice. Toneworth. Trivia
All right,
over.
between the 2 of them, who's older?
Martin.
Yeah, gotta be Martin.
Yeah. 86 and 88. But that's crazy that we're about to reach that point where
everybody's
in the
90s.
Yeah. But I do want to take us forward into the future of sorts so we can look at the Texas Rangers schedule and see what cool stuff we're going to get at the door of the ballpark. That is stadium giveaways, boys. They announced all of the giveaways several weeks ago. We've got all of the regular ones that you get, also the special ones that you need a certain ticket to get those. We're going to go through our favorite ones and see what you guys like.
Dang, the first one's a banger.
The first one is a banger, that Peagle bobblehead. Or it's technically the second one because they do the magnetic schedule on opening day. So this one, I think, there was a picture. If you click on the picture, it will enlarge it. But there was something similar to this given away at like an awards ceremony near the end of the year. It was like some banquet. So everyone who went got one, and it was like really nice. People were trying to sell them on Facebook for like $250 afterwards.
Word.
Yeah. So I'm sure this is, a smaller, or not smaller, but a little less quality version than that one. But what I love is that it's sponsored by Golden Chick, and that's awesome because I love Golden Chick. I love them as a sponsor, and I have there's all kinds of goofy stuff behind
Crazy
me
chicken.
here that has Golden Chick's logo on it, and it just makes the item so much funnier for me. I just love it. And probably for you too, because hell, your whole family's worked for Golden Chick. Tony, did you ever work?
I did.
See, look at you.
I didn't take to it too well.
Well, that happens. Chicken biz ain't for everybody.
That manager asked me, "Do you even want this job?" And I said, "This is my second job. I don't need this."
Of course, you've always got the standard ones that run through the year, the ice cream sundaes.
Dollar hot dog.
Dollar dogs.
Glizzy Day.
Yes. I did buy my first tickets so far, and I might try to go to the opening series, but right now, as of now, I'm going to go to Thursday, April 17th against the Los Angeles Angles.
Crossbody bag?
Yep, for the crossbody bag. That is a first 15,000, 18 and older, presented by the Texas Lottery.
What is a crossbody
Lottery.
bag?
It's basically
just
a fanny
a bag
pack.
that goes across your body.
Pretty much, just a fanny.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's all in the name. You said
it is. And we take it on a crinkle cut fries back around. But yeah, that's the one. Jordan was very excited about that one, and that one's cool. I like to go lots of card shows and stuff, so having those types of bags are really easy to hold, like cards and cash and sleeves and stuff. So I'm not having to like drag a backpack around with me. It's nice.
That short sleeve dry fit hoodie looks dope for May 4th. Obviously not for me, as they'll never have one that'll fit me, but for others, or for regular size folks.
Even a couple days before that, they're doing the City Connect hoodie jersey as well. That one looks sick.
Yeah, this looks like is this like a 3/4 sleeve on yours, Tony? The May 4th, the embossed short sleeve hoodie. That's for the first 15,000 fans.
There it is.
It happens every time, baby. It ain't a podcast unless we
You
drop
thought
the
you were gonna get away with it.
unless we drop the mouse.
That's probably the latest we've gotten though.
You know what's funny is that the people who listen to this podcast have no idea.
Not the slightest clue.
No, but we'll let them in now. So every single episode I've dropped this freaking mouse off the side of this couch without fail. All 13, 14 times, however many times we've gotten together, it happens every time.
We're bordering on insanity at this point with it.
But yeah, that one does look cool. And I do like yours too, Christopher. The City Connect hoodie jersey.
Oh, I see the crossbody bag now.
It's gonna button. It's got buttons in the front.
Yeah, that looks good, dude.
It's like a long sleeve hoodie that looks like a jersey.
25? Is that what the
for
number
the
is?
Oh, that
year,
looks
I
sweet.
bet.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So we've also got the Wyatt Langford cycle bobblehead. I will say too, gentlemen, the list that we're looking at, these are just standard stadium giveaways. We'll have a secondary list too for the premier game, the community theme nights. That's what they're called.
This crossbody bag looks more fanny packish to me, guys.
Yeah.
They're doing an AEW wrestling night? What the hell?
They are.
That's pretty rad.
That Langford bobblehead,
Oh, it's a
that's
theme
on that's Monday, May 12th. It's pretty cool. He's riding a bicycle. He's got a bat on his shoulder.
Pickleball paddle.
Yes, I did see those. I want to go just to get that. Oh yeah, I forgot they also have Bocce, a Bocce bobblehead. Where is it? May 27th.
How big is the head?
It's pretty large. He's riding in the back of a Toyota Tundra, mimicking the World Series parade.
Oh, they're doing just a Texas Rangers hockey jersey. It's a hockey jersey that basically looks like our normal blue jersey.
I'll tell you what,
That looks pretty good.
The hockey jerseys that they've come out with between,
They've been doing good.
they've been really good.
And they've been like not cheap for a giveaway.
Excuse me, hockey sweaters. We'll get we're gonna get eviscerated. At us.
I don't.
At us on Twitter.
Can we do the 9, 9, and 9 thing? Can we just like Uber to a ballpark and not worry about driving, of course, because we're trying to be safe?
Oh, what? Do the 9 beers, 9 hot
Yeah.
dogs, and 9 innings?
Yeah.
It's so much
Do you wanna
harder than you
die?
think.
We
It's
couldn't
so
finish
hard.
the boomstick.
We'll just
could
go
do-
on a Wednesday when it's dollar dog
I
night.
could do either or. I could
Get
do
it
9
done.
hot dogs or 9 beers.
Get
Same.
it
I
done.
can't do 'em
You
both.
can
Same.
you can do it.
No way
if
in
you were
hell.
outside when you're no, if you were out in public, you can drink 9 beers and eat 9 hot dogs. Come
Not
on.
in 9 innings.
Yes, you
Maybe
can.
over a whole damn day.
You could
Yeah.
do it. You could do it, guys. We're gonna do it then.
All right, no. How far do you think you could realistically get?
8
I
is
could
the most hot
finish
dogs
it.
I've ever eaten at a game.
I could comfortably finish 9
Bro, you
beers
could
and
not-
9 dogs.
You could not finish the boomstick
9 beers is
I
so
remember
I
the
could
beers.
comfortably finish 9 beers and 9 dogs.
in 9 innings.
Yes. And if we have
Okay,
to do
you're
this,
You're not driving. We're
Okay.
gonna.
all right,
This is gonna.
all right,
Yeah.
all right,
All right. Crossing my arms in
all right.
protest.
And
I
if
mean,
I
I'm
do it
coming.
all, and if I do it all, you bought them.
Done.
All right.
You gotta buy them, but if you do it all, I'll pay
Man
you back.
versus food.
All right.
Oh my god.
Man, seeing all these hot dogs makes me want a hot dog
Real
real bad. If y'all scroll down to August 11th, I don't know what this one looks like, but it sounds cool and will have sounds. It is a Corey Seager bobblehead with audio
Huh.
given away while we play
What
the D-backs.
Is
So
it high drive its tide?
oh man, I bet that's exactly what it is. I bet that's what it is because they're giving it away
it's
while
not gonna be
we're
Corey
playing
Seager
Arizona.
talking because he don't talk.
No, he doesn't talk. The man is. I'm pretty sure he's mute.
He just sounds like a muppet.
It's never. It's,
Semian's over there translating for him.
it's gonna be Rick Astley when you play. They're gonna rickroll everybody. One that I'm definitely looking forward to, probably
strangers to love.
probably top 3 or top 5 is the Adrian Beltre replica statue bobblehead.
We got to go to that one.
Or sorry, it's not a bobblehead. It's just a replica statue.
Oh,
So it'll be
man.
just a replica of what we get. I am gonna tab over to the theme nights because there is some cool stuff in there. Oh, I think there was. We mentioned. I don't know if it got cut off or not, but the rings, they are doing more rings this year, but they are different than last year's because they actually pop off. Like the top comes off like
What?
theirs does, and it rotates.
Oh, that's sick.
Like the emblem rotates, it looks like here in,
Is
the,
he like
in
a
the
first
photograph.
5,000 as opposed to?
25,000 fans.
Okay,
It looks
dang.
like Josh Young is going to get one. Seager and Simeon, I know, are going to get one. The other ones, I think, are in the theme nights.
We got a Harry Potter night. Let's go.
Yes. Some of the Harry Potter ones that they've given away, the things haven't been that cool. This one looks cool.
There's a
I like the
Glizzy
shirt thing.
Day.
I really want to go to that one, and I don't know if the hat's going to work on me, but the hat's cool and I want it.
At least there's a chance it'll work on you.
Yeah.
I don't have
And
that
if
chance.
if it doesn't work on me, it's going to look great up here on the windowsill. Do y'all have any of those True brand hats for listeners here? Those are the hats where it says the team name or the city upside down.
I do not. But I've seen the...
What's your take on those?
They're not terrible, but I'm not like, damn, I gotta have that.
I'm the same way as you until I kind of saw
This one looks good.
the 85 Road Gray.
Yeah, no, that one actually looks good. It
That
looks better than the upside down Dallas ones you see
Yeah,
everywhere.
I kind of like that one. I don't think I'm going to get it, but
It still won't fit my head.
Yeah, that is true.
Have y'all seen the Whataburger Jake Burger?
I was just looking at that.
That is sick.
That is really cool.
That thing looks so cool.
Is that guitar picks on the inside?
No, it's the stickers.
Oh, it's
that
the
they
stickers.
use.
Okay, yeah.
I thought it was
Okay.
like, oh, that's even cooler. Oh, dude, I want that.
Here's more of the replica
Glizzy hat
rings.
is sick too.
I'm for sure gonna get the Glizzy hat. That's what is that? April 30th against the Athletics.
Oh, they got a True Brand upside down 70s logo too.
Yeah,
that one looks cool.
They're doing all the eras for that. They're gonna True Brand all of the different eras. Oh man,
I'm gonna go to all these games.
I'm gonna have to get the Elmo.
The Elmo looks cool
to go with Cookie Monster. I have to, and that'll have to be one that Graham comes with us because he'll need his own Elmo as well. Did either of y'all collect or see any of the pins series that they did last season?
I saw you had the El Bombi one. This Bochi one looks cool.
The Bochi one is cool. If you scroll down, they have the Cycle one for Langford. It's kind of
It's
similar.
on like a old timey bike.
Yeah, with a big front wheel,
Yeah.
2 tiny back wheels.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Power Rangers is so sick with our color scheme.
it really is.
Oh, that looks so cool.
I wish they would move into that trope a little bit more. That'd be fun to play around with that.
June 30th at Dallas Stars night.
That's another
that
jersey.
thing
They're
looks
doing a second
sick.
jersey.
It's City Connect style with a Adrian Beltre's number on it. That looks cool.
Yeah.
And so it's like the opposite of how they did the City Connect last year. Last year it was predominantly the dark navy with the white numbers. Now it's predominantly white with the dark navy as the
These Barbie jerseys, Barbie themed jerseys. They have a pink one for Barbie and a blue one for Ken.
I am Knuff.
I am Knuff. DeGrom also getting one of those pins.
Margaritaville jersey.
I love the Margaritaville stuff. They always do some cool stuff. Oh, hey, down here, it doesn't look like there's a lot of stuff to read. I'm not going to bore you guys, but there is Pokemon Go Day. We mentioned in the last episode that they are incorporating Pokemon Go with the MLB this year, so that's on September 7th. Oh, against Houston. That'll be fun. And then there's a Marvel Night, August 27th. There's some details here, but like I said, it's a lot of words. We'll put it in the show notes. You guys can read for yourselves.
I like a lot more of these than I thought.
They did a good job this year.
Yeah, they really do. I think,
And it's after a hard year to follow up.
I think Chuck Morgan is still heading up that process of like deciding what we're gonna make. Who the players and things that would be cool to different bobbleheads. So he's the one that kicked that whole deal off. All of the bobbleheads and stadium giveaways for Texas. He really spearheaded that back in the day, and that's the reason why our culture
Thank God for that, man.
is the way that is. Thank you, and thank you, dear sweet listener, for playing along on another episode of The Ranger Zone. It always means a great deal that you take the time to spend the time with us. A 3-course meal that didn't include any damn potatoes. As always, you can keep up with us trying to keep up with social media on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Ranger Zone Pod. That is at Ranger Zone Pod. We're worth a follow for the nonsense alone, and of course, you can listen to us anywhere you get your podcasts. Thank you again. This has been the Ranger Zone. I have been Robbie Balusik.
I have been Chris Green.
Got any more of them French fried taters?
Ain't got no gas in it.
I'm Tony Cook.
And that's the way the baseball go.